Hi everyone, Indez here, super excited for this new patch that is coming on the 20 March, and today we got the full patch notes released. We already covered in the past days a lot of like the things that are inside here, but here it is the final saying, it's the final detail, and as you guys can see here, we're gonna have a maintenance coming on the 19 March, and it's gonna go live on the 20 March. Really nice. I just made the video also live reaction to John Yu, the lead system designer, and also Ryan, covering this preview, the update preview that what is about to come. It is like a way to make people more hyped. I feel like every major patch will actually have something like this because it just makes it more exciting. In December with this we had also whenever we killed Diablo, but now we also have another one, so you guys didn't check it out, go check it out because it is really nice. Now we have here the Reading Wilds, the main quest that is coming. I'm a big fan of the quest, to be honest. I love when we have quests, and something that he says on that live preview is that now we actually gonna have a new zone, but that zone will not be like full open like it was with the World's Crown. They actually gonna release like in chunks, and we're gonna have new art style, new areas, and as I said on the live reaction also, like, please make it that the zone after you done the quest, it's not dead. That it needs to have activities for us to go there beyond AFK farming and beyond just killing the Diablo boss like once a week, right? But as always, the Blizzard team always does an amazing job. As you see here, the art direction and cinematics, all these things is always like being the Blizzard creme de la creme, right? And now we have here one of the most anticipated features into the game, which is the new Battleground system. This Battleground system, it is still gonna be 8v8. It is gonna be symmetrical. It is gonna be everyone attacks, so you have to push your idol and the other team has to push their idol. It's gonna be an open space and no more lanes, no more stairs, no more like of these shenanigans. In terms of the map layout, it is so much better. So the map is called the Battleground Convoy, and its teams will go head to head in up to 3 5-minute rounds to determine the winner of the match. Then each team will have the idol that they have to escort until the ancient art, which is pretty much the nexus, right? The first team to do this will win the round. Teams will need to simultaneously defend the idol and also attack the idol by pushing and pull style the same way as it works right now. So you see, they've managed to push it until the nexus, and then the nexus just explodes. And also we're gonna have now in the center of the map, so you see here, these are like the two lanes, one lane here to push the idol, the other one is coming from this side, and in the middle is gonna spawn bosses. So we're gonna have Sacred and Final Guardians. So the Sacred and Guardians will only give us 1 out of like 3 buffs, and the Final Guardians will come and spawn after the timer runs out. And if you kill these bosses, you pretty much just get a huge buff into your team. I remember that one of the buffs was very OP. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna show here, but pretty much it was like instant dead if you got the buff. It was really cool. Now we have here the new Battleground map schedule. The Battleground Convoy will be available to play alongside the existing one. Each map will have their daily during specific hours. Otherwise, the Battleground as a feature will function the same as it is. So we're gonna have the new Battleground from 6 to 9 server PM, and the original one is gonna be from 9 to 12 AM. So pretty much if you want to play the new Battleground, is only going to be available during the afternoon. I'm pretty sure like the original Battleground will still be in the morning and the lunchtime zone. Let's see how it's going to be. I mean, like 3 hours per day, I feel like it is still fine. It's still going to be fine to gather a few of data. I'm definitely going to be streaming like during this time to check it out. Hopefully we also gonna live stream with Abu and maybe other creators if the new duo queue allow us to go and stream with other people from other servers. We have now here the new icon for the new gems, and wow, okay, this is actually super huge. Now if you see here, we actually have here that now it shows the rank of the gem even before you click it to go and check it out. This is awesome. Big change. I really like this change here on the UI. It's gonna make it like simple and way easier for you to actually check it out. By the way, really nice detail, 420 resonance. I don't know if it is like intentional or not, but it kind of looks cool. All these gems, they are really good, especially the 5-star. I think it's almost a must pull at this stage. We're gonna have to still check it out if the increased size and the skill range are gonna be nerfed in PvP or not, but regardless, it is a very powerful one. Then for the resonance gems inside, we have Maw of the Deep, Void Spark, Ironbane, Moss Thorn, and the Mother's Lament. This is like many for the whales that they are into these things. Then we have here the Spectral Glass. These 2-star, it is unbelievable. I'll probably like gonna replace this one with my Viper's Bite or something like that, because 28% more damage and 4% more crits, it is a lot. Then I can also put my Viper's Bite inside the Spectral Glass, which is gonna make it like very easy to just manage the resonance. Then we have here the Fratal Grasp. This one, whenever you crit an enemy, is gonna disable and prevent them from using the dashes and reducing their movement speed. It is gonna be very annoying, especially in the low resonance battlegrounds, to maybe like counter those Tempests. You also have like the Black Rose. So the Black Rose with this one, most likely you're gonna be very annoying. I can see like these, for example, in Necro being really good with the Corpse Lance spamming, with also the head dances that also immobilize. All these things can be extremely good. For the optional resonance gems, we have the Lucenant Watcher and the Misery Elixir. Now we have here the new banner. This is the banner that you should select if you want to go for the Colossus engine. I will say that please, even if you want to go for it and you're not a spender, please always keep with you 10 legendary gems. That's like so important, because you never know when the mirror jewels are coming. These games are always like very smart when it comes to, you know, try to make players to drain all their resources, because they are really excited about, and then right after a few days they drop like a mirror jewels to create like that huge FOMO for you to go and feel like you have to spend just because you didn't let yourself you know, kind of wait a bit. So this banner will be running from March 20 until April 16, so we have a lot of time to go and actually do it. On April 19 is going to be my 1 year at Diablo Immortal, and I'm going to do a special stream, so most likely I will actually pull for the gem back in that day. But before that, you can always go and try it out. Always the new 5-star for at least 1 hour. I wish it was at least 1 day, at least for us like to be able to just do a few more tests. And now we have here one of the most exciting changes that I was not expecting, and I can't wait for these, man. So pretty much we're gonna be able to have a mining pickaxe, and we're gonna be able to start mining around the world. I wish that these you could unlock like with a small quest to get like the pickaxe, but I'm probably just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna find these mining ores, and then I'm just gonna get boom and it's done. Well, it's fine if it is like that, but I think like a quest to just like introduce to the game will be really nice. But let's see here. Now we have the iron and silver ores that we can gather from ore into the wireless, terror rifts, oblivion pillars, and hell slayer bounties, and stained remains harvested from defeated elite mobs into the wireless. So probably just open world, also dungeons. So it's gonna be pretty much everywhere. Anything you're gonna do is gonna drop. You can craft legendary items of your choice. The crafted items will have at least 2 attributes and 2 affixes. One of them will be guaranteed to be a class specific magic attribute. So it's gonna be always a 2 out of 2, which is really nice because it can be like 42 and willpower for PvP. This is actually the things that you really want. Now we have here the other option is that you can also craft a skill stone with a 3 class related attribute. Nobody really cares about skill stones. It's just a waste of time, but it's looking kind of cool. But it says here there is more. You can also add a class specific magic attribute of your choice to craft a legendary item by using an additional resource, random lights. So so this one you can craft it and it's gonna be just like random, but if you actually go and you use the 6 random lights, you can actually go and select which one you want. This is very, very interesting. Doing this so will guarantee that the item will have 3 attributes and 2 affixes. It's the rarest one and requires 6 for this progress. You can also obtain 6 randolites a week, which can come from the destruction call event. More info about this later, mining horde, or from engaging on the terra reefs, to all these things, etc, etc. And these randolites can't be sold at the Winstow Grand Market. Okay, so you can only gather 6 per week, but you cannot sell them. Okay, let's just keep going. Each class has received 6 special magic attributes that can be added to your equipment, bringing to the total of 13. Looking for a specific attribute for your equipment, head to the blacksmith and reroll your attribute using the terror answers. We are excited to see how players decide to integrate the new special magic attributes in their existing build or create new builds centered around these attributes. So now we're gonna be able to reroll the attribute by using the terror answers. So which means, like, if you imagine, like, if you have a really good item, you're able to reroll. For example, instead of, you don't want the leap, you want the Wrath of the Berserk, but you got like this godly item with like crit damage, but then you have the leap and you don't want that. So now you go to the blacksmith and you can actually reroll. This is massive, 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 massive. Really, really good change. I actually got a bunch of like terrances, so probably I'm gonna be able to actually go and use it if I need. Now we have here the new attributes coming into the game. We have the Barbarian and the Chain Spear. Hitting an enemy will chain them to you for 3 seconds, after which the chains will break and slow the target by 20% for 3 seconds. Chains will break early if the target has more than 5 yards from you, PvP only. This seems extremely broken. The Immortalize also reduce the movement speed of nearby enemies. Okay, this is fine. Ground Stomp empowers your steps for 3 seconds, causing the ground to erupt every 3 yards you move, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Okay. Grab, and now gaining a shield for 3 seconds that absorbs them and makes you immune to knockback while it's active. Sunder generates an additional shockwave on activation, dealing damage to the nearby enemies. This is very, very powerful because we have a new build popping up for the PvE that uses the new Sunder that just got fixed on the latest patch for Barbarian. And if you use this for extra damage, then we're talking about like some crazy damage output. Then we have here the Blood Knight. We have the Spear Flurry, increase the movement speed about 10%. Okay, this is okay. Blood Wave, increase the range for 6. All right. Tendril Bloods reduce the attack speed of the enemy while increase your attack speed by 2 up to 8%. This is actually really nice, especially now because the PvE and PvP builds, they both use Tendril Bloods for you to get the 30% damage boost, and also you can get a damage attack speed. Is pretty awesome. Mephitic Cloud, movement speed of the enemies affected by the area is reduced by 12%. All right. Transfusion, gain immunity to knockback to 1 time for 3 seconds. Okay, this is actually pretty good for Blood Knight. I'm sure it's gonna be a must-have for PvP. I like it. That's what actually like the Blood Knight will need. Maybe a bit more help. Immunity to knockback, immunity to CC, something that will make it a bit more viable. Even though it's like not terrible, it is just not good. Now we have here Crusader, sweeping attack, hitting an enemy conjures a spinning fall on their location, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Okay, this problem for the helicopter builds. Shield Glare, the range is increased by 8%. Bro, with the new lofty offhand, the Shield Glare is pretty broken. And if on top of that, we're gonna have an increased range, oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna make like Crusader even better. Sacred Chains applies a mark for 3 seconds, dealing more damage. Okay, it's fine. Feast of Heaven, it conjures a bolt that orbits around you for 3 seconds. All right. Judgment, hitting the enemy suffering from loss of control effect, change them to the target's location for 1 second, stunning them for 3 if the chains break. Okay, these two, Shield Glare and the Judgment, feels incredible because like right now the meta is you're gonna go with the Judgment, Shield Glare with your bubble, and also your Condemn to just like instant burst. So having all these two is gonna make Crusader even pop off even more in PvP. Nice. Demon Hunter, Shadow Sight, it increased the attack speed of you and the nearby enemy allies. Okay, nice, but not that great. Knife Trap, reduced the movement and attack speed of the enemies by 24%. This may be okay for PvP. Smoke Screen, also greatly reduced the enemy vision for 3 seconds, for 1 second. Okay, this is probably like a kill thing inside this, but not a lot of people use the Smoke Screen. Escape, you gain a shield that absorbs damage. Ooh! Thank God. Thank God. Like, this is really good. So, like, this probably we can drop the pants and you still have the shield popping off from the escape. And maybe you can replace the pants with something else that's going to be more meaningful for you to boost more your damage or survivability. That's really nice. Vengeance applies a mark on the enemies for 3 seconds that bursts every 3 attacks from the Venge, dealing damage. No trigger. Okay, it's just some burst damage. Now, Monk. Cyclone Strike, the range is increased by 6%. Okay. Unfortunately, Helicopter Monk is quite dead, so I don't know how this is gonna work. Wave Strike unleashes a wave of energy around you and dealing AoE damage. Okay. Flying Dragon now fires 2 Dragon Bolts that will automatically attack the enemies dealing damage. So, okay, this kind of looks cool. Imprisonment Feasting. It's the enemy suffering loss of control with detonate, dealing an additional damage. Okay. Breath of the Heaven, increase the attack speed of you and your allies. I mean, like, this seems a bit like underwhelming, but maybe monks in the chat can actually go and say something. We have Necromancer, Green Sight. There is a 10% chance to generate an additional corpse. This is actually very nice. Bottle of Time gains a instant surge, reducing the damage that you take for 40% for 1 second. Very good for PvP. Corpse Explosion, there is a 10%, the corpse will not be consumed. Okay. Bone Armor, while active, 10% of the damage that you take is distributed to all your nearby summons. So this may be also very good for the PvP, especially if you are, for example, using the Golem and you still have like your summons. Dark Curse, each enemy hits conjures a minor bone spirit that attacks around an enemy, dealing damage to a maximum of 9 spirits. Okay, are we gonna have the miasma again, the miasma meta? We'll have to see. Now we have here Tempest. Breaker, there is a 10% of conjuring another additional Zephyr. Wow, great, another one. Cross Winds, conjure 1 wind blade that follows you dealing damage. Okay. Squall, reduce the cooldown for every yard that you move. This seems extremely good. Tidal Rush, enemies that hits by you and your Zephyr simultaneously take 6% more damage, and the Reptile range 6%. Okay, so the Squall seems very good, and also the Crosswinds. The rest, it is seems okay-ish. Now here for the Wizard, the Scorch triggers an explosion on hit, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Okay, this is gonna be awesome for PvP. There's not enough like wizards with those like stupid balls. Now we have here the Frost Field, conjures a 1 icy whirlwind for 3 seconds, chilling enemies and also dealing damage per second. This also seems like quite nice, maybe for PvP. Ray of Frost also fires an additional beam. Okay, it's fine. Black Hole emits arcane missiles at the center, attacking. This seems alright. Time Stop. Affixes remain on any enemy for 1.5 seconds after they leave the area. Okay, so basically here it seems like only the first 2, and maybe here the extra Ray of Frost, maybe some PvE stuff seems fine. Overall, I was not really expecting all these changes coming, these new attributes, but it is really nice. I think like every skill should have been have some kind of boost, and now we have the Children of the First Forest Phantom Market. These, oh my god, this is looking awesome. Oh my god, this is looking awesome. Is this a Crusader? This has to be a Crusader. Yeah, this is a Crusader. This is looking awesome. Man, please make Barbarian looks awesome. Please make it look so awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. This actually looks really good. I really like the color palette. It's gonna be a good one. But as always, take it with a grain of salt whenever you see it here on the art style. It may be different than the one going live. Now we have here all the things. Obviously, the cosmetic is like a 0.13%. So have in mind it's very expensive. So in general, unless you actually possess the money to buy it, just keep it through. Omens of Plenty, limited time event. That's what is gonna be. These you're gonna do like some tasks and gonna get some rewards. Yeah, that's what it seems about. Then we're gonna have here return events, more of like renew, recycle events, but I guess like they are gonna change something here on the fracture plant. Then the fracture plant will only have 9 floors. Nice. And rewards will be provided every 3 floors, so they are gonna make it like probably simpler to do. Keep an eye for the new fractured charms. As you slaughter demons into the glory, these mementos will come by rank 1 to 5. Okay, charms also empower you while boosting you inside the fractured plane. Here's the list: 1 resurrection, more bonus coins. Okay, so we're gonna have now some kind of like the same way they treated for Vanguard with the omelet. Probably now we're gonna have like a fractured plane omelet. For those looking for a especially sinful challenge, there is a hell difficult version of the fractured plane that consists on 12 levels. All the other aspects of the hell difficult fractured plane are the same as the normal one. Okay, this is cool. So you see this adding a hell mode and something like that. This is actually really cool. Now we have the new Conqueror. Okay, nobody cares. So now we have here always like the juicy part. Class balance change. Demon Hunter's Plain Sword reduce the damage has been adjusted. It is now less severe for the further you are from the enemy. So you now deal 50% damage reduction to the enemy when it's like very close to you. Scaling to 10% reduce damage to the enemies at max range. Okay. So you should try to always be at max range to output the most damage. Fang Spitter on the multi-shot, the skill range has increased from 7 to 8 yards. I think like this is a good change, especially for PvE. Like they actually need to be a bit more competitive. It is actually gonna change the needle for Demon Hunters. I really don't think so. They still like lack a lot of like survivability and all these other things. Necromancer, Unfilled Grave, the bone armor. The skill no longer provides damage reduction from consuming corpses and only increases the damage dealt. Oh my god, people were abusing these. Now we have the bleak augury, the rate form. The evasion rating bonus has been reduced from 20% to 10. Oh boy. Okay, are they gonna reduce for almost everything? Because like it was very OP. Like in Necro, whenever they went with these, it was very OP. So pretty much Necro evasion set is dead. Now we have here Tempest. The Wind Walk, the skill has been reworked so that a Tempest is untargetable inside the cyclone they conjured, but they will not receive increased attack speed until they attack or use a skill, which will cause the cyclone and untargetable stats to dissipate. Oh my god, thank god, please. Yes, dude. Man, Windwalk was being so annoying. Everyone knew that it was incredibly OP. I am so glad with this change. It made the game like so unfun. Yeah, awesome. Because like it was like pretty unfair. Like they just go into the middle of everything, put the Windwalk, bam, 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 dash around, come back, Windwalk again. It was like very annoying. Not only that, they had like immunity with insane damage output. So I'm really glad because like there was really no counterplay to the Windwalk, and I feel like this is really good. Now for the Wizard, 45 Entropy, the Disintegrate no longer provides damage reduction while the Disintegrate is active. Instead, increases the Disintegrate damage by 30%. Okay, I don't even know like if this is a good thing or a bad thing. The feature updates Destruction Call Zone event. All right. So we're gonna have the Fire Life Zone event has been reborn as the new Destruction Call Zone event. In this zone, 2 teams will contend for supremacy by capturing the opposition flag, slaying enemies, and eviscerating fearsome monsters. All of these actions can contribute points to your team total score. Only the team who can overcome the opposition to rack up the most points will win. To participate on this zone event, you'll have to reach up to level 3 difficulty and then visit the Sheriff in the Ancient Crane zone. At least 6 players need to begin the Destruction Call. This zone event will be available from 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. server time. So this is pretty pretty awesome, but it's all about the rewards, right? Legendary items, upgrade materials, and the chance of a random light can be obtained by participating on these. I'm all down for some world PvP, boys. I listen, I love to do PvP, and I just can't wait. I'm sure like in the first few weeks is gonna be populated. I hope that will always be interesting, and I'm not gonna say mandatory to do it, but like it has to be with some incentive for you to go and spend your time on this. Hopefully you can also go with your party, with your friends, and just have some fun. I think it can be like a really fun thing. In World of Warcraft, World PvP was always like one of the best things. Very annoying, but also very rewarding. Now we have here the new loyalty bonus answers. So pretty much I made a whole video explaining all of these. So now we're gonna have two types of points: legacy loyalty points and loyalty points. Loyalty points will be associated to the new ancestors, and the legacy ones for the old ancestors. And the new ancestors, they will start at 200 loyalty points, and then they will gonna start increasing 300, 400, 500, and 600. And we don't have more weekly cap, we don't have more time gated, and overall also whenever you extract, you also have a chance, if you're lucky, to get 5, 25, or even 400 points from that single extract. It is gonna be way better, and I'm sure like you guys are gonna love it, because the current system, I mean, it's not that it's terrible. The major issue was always like the weekly cap, and with this everything just changed. So very excited for this. Every difficulty that we're gonna have with new answers is gonna be like a legacy reset, that your loyalty points will just turn into legacy points. And I have like a whole video that I can put like down below explaining the best strategy and all these things. Now we have here new familiar skill improvements. Oh my god, there we have like so many things. Now your old familiars can learn new tricks. Forest Rat has been replaced with Rupture, which starts the enemy dealing damage within X rewards, and dispels one magic immunity shield effect applying by the player's skills or primary attacks. Oh my god, this actually, if these removes like the savior, can be so OP. Forest Rat 2. So whenever the Forest Rat ends, the enemy primary attack is reduced by 50%. Okay, Forest Rat 3. When the Forest Rat ends, there is a chance percentage to receive damage reduction and shield effects. Really nice. Storm. The Ball Storm is replaced with the Storm, inflicting X% of damage to the enemies and applying a shield effect. Okay. Now we have here that the shield effect also gradually increased, freezing the enemies for X amount of seconds. Wow. Purification Flame. The Purification Flame Wave has been replaced by Purification Flame. Continues burning enemies around you for X amount of seconds, removing one shield or one freeze from your character, because we have fire and shield. And now we have here also the Purification Flame 2, that they also burns you, causing you to lose X amount of life, and removes the shield. This is actually pretty awesome, man. Vanguard, Stormbolt, and Brum Talon are receiving these additional legendary passive options to increase their variability in PvP. So this is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them, but this pretty much can actually change here the meta, man. Like these, the spell, the damage, immunity, and the shield from applied by the player. This can be really strong. The familiar guidebook, new guidebook is displayed to inform you about the familiar species, portraits, blah blah. Okay, just no, just remake it. Just remake it. Also, you have here the Vanguard mode. The new Vanguard mode is coming with the new boss, and with this, they're also gonna come up with new affix on your legendary gears. That the Crawling Despair now is gonna blind all the nearby enemies for 3 seconds, and this other one summons 2 of their servants to release a swarm of bats in that each deals damage. It's probably really good for like AFK farming. Now we have this one, the Infels slams in the ground, damaging and knocking them airborne, so everyone's just gonna jump. In the past we had like something like this. It was one of like the coolest ones. Probably this is gonna be the same. Now we have here challenge dungeons. Blaze through one of the burning hells are the challenge with 4 new modifiers. Disrupt portal. A portal will appear at the random point of the dungeon, will release a very extreme powerful enemy. Defeat the enemy will earn you an extra reward. Awesome. This is fun. add things more like this. Electric player will now be marked with a positive or the negative. Standing close to the enemies with the same stats will reduce the cooldowns. Standing close to the players with the opposite will damage both players. Oh my god. Alright, this seems quite annoying, but let's see how it's gonna go. Explosive reaction. Enemies will periodically be marked. After short delay, marked enemies will explode. All the enemies hit by the explosion will become explode. Okay. Chains. Up to 2 players will periodically be chained together, so it's like that game. The chained players take continuous damage until they run away from each other to break the chain. Okay, so we have 2 annoying and we have like 2 that are really cool. We'll have to see. 2 of the previous release modifiers will be readjusted. The gauntlet, the combat orbs that boost your speed have now been added to you for you to go faster to the boss. Awesome, thank you. Sacrificial power. Monsters will now drop additional monster health. So like this is very cool. Like a sacrificial power, it is such a feels bad, man. Whenever you get like these affixes, I hate it. Wilderness expansion. New monster reach areas have been added in Ashwood Cemetery, Stalbalk, World's Crown, and Zult. Alright. Waypoints. Additional 2 waypoints have been added for you to travel across the sanctuary. Look for the new waypoints in Frozen Tundra and the summit. Oh my god, please. I hope in Frozen Tundra they put like a new teleport on the right side of like the map, because it was very, very annoying. Now we have here for the legendary gems. Legendary gems will now be sorted with stacks based up upon their quality, rank, and if they can be sold at the marketplace or not. This is exactly what we saw on the screenshot. This is a huge change. This change resolves some of the visual clutters around the legendary gem, making it easier to find and sell it on the market. Really, really awesome. Now we have even more. This is such a big patch. Dungeon party will no longer be automatically separated after completing the dungeon with a pre-assembled party members. Visit the portal of the dungeons and replay it with the same party. Okay, this can be really cool. New hero's journey. Now we're gonna have the chapter 5 and 6 are now gonna be available. Illiquid, that we have received a couple of updates in its gameplay and matchmaking. Invulnerable faces have been removed from all the Illiquid bosses, so pretty much we can just go and smash one-shot them. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna be. Like, we just gonna one-shot them. The codex may now be used to match and challenge the liquid boss instead of like doing at the Demon's Gate. This is actually really nice. Any member of your raid can initiate the assembly, and the spectator mode now displays the health of the liquid bosses following. And what is the part that it says that if I don't have my 4 members of the warband, can I still get the internal legendary items? They really need to add that. Raid to a vault. The 3 minutes cooldown between raid to the vault and match has been removed. Oh, let's go. Let's go, Shadows. Come on, man. This is so good. This is actually a big freaking W, man. Realm of Damnation Demon Gates have now been activated by 1 player instead of 3. Thank god, this was so stupid. Now we have the Defense of Vanguard Endless mode. Weekly participation on this reward by clearing the normal can now be earned by reaching to 7,000 points or more in Endless Defense. So now they are also put it in a way that if you want, you can also do the Endless and you also get the same rewards instead of like doing 1 normal and 1 Endless. This is like actually a good change for this mode. Then we have Adventures Chronicle. The collector be added to the World's Crown area, and that's it, man. This was such a big long patch notes, a lot to unpack. I am very, very, very excited for this. We have a lot coming to the game. We have the new main quest, new Battleground map, new legendary gems, new mining crafting system, Phantom market, and many more things. Balance changes, all these things. Man, what a long ass patch. I love it, man. Like, let's go. So with this, I hope you guys enjoy it. I see you guys very soon on the live stream. We're also gonna go and cover these up, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.